Hi everybody, this is Julissa. Thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. As you guys can see, I'm here at the studio in downtown Danbury. Wanted to make a video today. It is a beautiful day here in Connecticut. We had about 4 inches of snow in the part where I am in Danbury. This morning, overnight, 4 inches of snow. The DOT did a great job because this morning I had to go somewhere very early in the morning. The streets were completely clean, thank God. And then I was thinking, you know what I was thinking too, because the last time we had snow, which was a lot, it was like 12 inches. The night of that, after we got so much snow, I went out and I couldn't drive. I was sliding all over the place, so I was like, you know what, let me turn back home. This is not gonna happen. And I was thinking, how come they're not cleaning as much? And then I was like, that's what it is. It's because there was no school, right? They usually do a great job when their schools are open. So what I saw this morning just certified that, certified it, because I saw so many school buses, which it made me think, that's what people are fighting over Facebook. There's a lot of groups on Facebook in the town where I live that they're arguing, why are the schools open? Why are the kids going back to school? And I saw so many school buses today. I got stuck behind a couple of them too because I wasn't expecting it. But you gotta take the good with the bad because the roads were clean. And these people need to understand, how are we gonna get back to normal or to the way we used to live if we never even attempt to go back? Let me just tell you guys something. In the past couple of days, I did a research about the virus, and it's just the infection rate is so low. They say you will get it only if somebody comes in front of you and sneezes on top of you. Everywhere you go now, people have their mask. People are keeping their distances. I see it here. I mean, I'm not sure where you're from, but the majority of places you see people doing that because people are afraid, they don't want to get sick. So, and then this is what happens. So they say if you come in contact with the virus, you have to wait at least 5 days for the incubation period, whatever that is, before you get tested. And when you get tested and you come out negative, then you're good. Like, you should be fine. And they're saying for whoever tested positive and had the symptoms, they should wait 10 days because used to be 14 quarantine. So quarantine for 10 days. And then after you stop using Tylenol or Aleve to lower the fever, and it's already been 10 days, they say you should be able to go back to, just being with your family again. Don't have to be secluded in a room in the house. So it's like, okay, guys, it's 10 days. I understand people die from it, but let me just see. The level, the percentage of people who die from COVID, guys, it is very low. It's a very low percentage. Let me tell you what the problem is. Like I said it in one of my videos before. They are making people write under this certificate that the patient is dying from COVID, even though they're not. Because I honestly think it's a scare tactic. They want people to come out and get this vaccine that's coming out, that is already out. People are going crazy trying to figure out when to get the vaccine. And excuse me. And the other thing, guys, too, is like, like it passes in 10 days. I remember the first time ever I got the flu shot. I was sick for 3 weeks. And after that went away, I still had that lingering cough. That dry cough that even hurts your chest when you're coughing, and people, like, I didn't want to go to church because I'm like, I'm going to cough up over here. Anything can trigger that cough. But I had it for like 3 weeks. I was super sick. And I couldn't believe that, when I went to get my flu shot, I was completely fine. Right after I got it, the day after, there comes this flu that I'm like, what just happened to me? Like, that had never happened to me. and I had such a bad reaction to it, I guess. But I got really sick. I mean, fever and everything. And then that cough that lasted forever. I remember thinking it was like already warm outside. So, I got it like January, and it was already warm outside, like May or something. I'm like, when am I going to ever stop coughing? Like, I'm so sick of it. Eventually it went away, but 10 days for this virus. And anyways, guys, all I'm saying is just do your own research. They're not gonna tell us everything. They obviously have a plan. They obviously have a vaccine in place. The advertisement for the vaccines are coming out, and they're saying, oh, before we all get back to normal, we need to vaccinate. Okay, whatever that means. The other thing too that I was gonna say, so this week a lot of people are saying that it's a very prophetic week. Maybe not prophetic, but they're saying it's a very important week. It is the official first week of the year. But let me just tell you something, because not every week, first week in January is like that. But as you guys know, we still don't know who won the election. So this week, Wednesday the 6th, Three Kings Day, for the people who celebrated the Three Kings Day, they're gonna officially announce the winner of the election. They're gonna count the electoral college votes or something like that. Anyways, I know they're meeting in Washington for this, and here's the thing: a lot of people are getting their stimulus check. We talked about it a couple weeks already. So they're rolling out the stimulus check. They're rolling out the stimulus check. You know what's rolling out to? All these stores that are sending coupons. Have you noticed your email? I mean, they are just going crazy. I get an email like every hour from this particular store saying how much Christmas clearance they have, how much you can get. Everything is 90% off, and on top of that you get 25% off. Like, really? Why do you even have to do the transaction? Just say, come and get it, guys. Like, how much percentage off is that? How much are you gonna have to pay for it? But anyways, all I'm saying is that they send cash, and then the stores are sending you coupons. So think about that, guys. You have to pay attention. We are living in very specific time period. We are approaching a decision time for this country. We don't know what's gonna happen. All I'm saying is you have to look at things like this. If you're in a house with 10 people, 5 of them are gonna vote for Trump, the other 5 is gonna vote for Biden. And that's how the election was. The country is completely divided. So whoever they announce as the winner, I'm not even like choosing a political side, nothing like that. If whoever wins, guys, somebody's gonna be upset about it. And what do people do when they're upset? What do a large group of people do when they get upset? They go out and they protest. And protests, a lot of the times, lead to vandalism. They start closing down the streets. They do like these lockdowns because of the virus. It's similar to what happened here in last year in June. So that's what I'm saying. You have to pay attention. Don't be ignorant to what's happening. I would suggest you guys to use some of that money that the government sent and go grocery shopping. Stock up on essentials. You have today, you have tomorrow, and maybe perhaps a little bit of Wednesday. Go stock up on essential things. You don't need that 90% of Christmas tree right now. Okay? You still have 12 months to decorate for Christmas. Retail, that's how it works. I work in retail since I was like 14 years old. When I was in high school, part-time. That's just how the ball rolls in retail. I remember setting up Christmas in September. By the time December came, December 24, we were already prepping what was going to go on clearance because we needed to get it out of the store for the Valentine's Day merchandise, for all the storage merchandise that comes in January, and then for all the gym merchandise, because it goes like that. It's the same calendar year. In December, we will clear out all the beautiful decorations that we will put up for Christmas. We will put it aside, start taking it down. People will used to say to me, why are you taking down the Christmas tree, like shoppers? And I said, I'm sorry, man, this is a corporate directive. But I knew, I mean, I did it for so many years. That's just how the calendar works. You start making room for Valentine's Day. It goes like that. They start bringing out storage, organizing your life, storage ideas. Gym, everybody starts a diet January 1st. So that's how it goes. Right now, honestly, guys, the Christmas stuff, you don't need to spend the little that you're going to take from that stimulus check and spend it on Christmas merchandise that's going to come here in 12 months. I'm just saying, guys, stock up on essential things. If you take daily medication for whatever it is that you're going through, call your doctor and see if they can do refills for you. You don't know what's going to happen. We don't know. And it doesn't hurt to prepare yourself. I'm not saying go out there and pack off your van and just leave the country, go to a different city. Like, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying, like, just, what happened in June. They were vandalizing the streets, the stores, and then they started doing lockdowns. Like, you're not going to be at home and be like, oh, let me call my pharmacy and see if I can pick up Like, we don't know how crazy it can get with the results. We don't know that after that, and people going to come out and protest and whatever, they're going to be like, nobody is supposed to be out because of the coronavirus, which is interesting. Don't you think it's interesting? Hold on a second. Don't you think it's interesting that for New Year's, right, for the ball drop in New York City, they had the entire Times Square locked up? People could not access it because they didn't want people gathering for New Year's Eve ball drop. But in June, when people were protesting, like, it was a sea of people. Back in June, we still had the coronavirus, right? It was, I remember seeing the Brooklyn Bridge, every bridge in New York, like, massive amounts of people on top of each other protesting. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying that they had no right to protest. I'm saying, aside all of that, we still had the coronavirus, and the mayor of New York, the government of New York, wasn't locking down the streets, but they did it for New Year's Eve. That's just an observation that I was thinking about. But anyways, so all I'm saying is, guys, it doesn't hurt to be prepared. Bottled water, just getting essential things that you will need, because if people go out and protest or whatever, which I feel like they are going to do because the country is completely divided. So whoever wins, there's going to be another large group of people who are going to be angry about it. If Biden wins, people are going to say there was an election fraud. Let's go and protest. So if Trump wins, then people are going to say probably the same thing, and they're going to say, you know what, we already got the results, what's happening, we don't like Trump, let's go out and protest. So it can go either way, and either way, whichever way it goes, there's going to be another group of people who will be against it. So no matter what the result is that's what I'm trying to say. So that's what I'm saying, like, just be aware of what's happening and prepare yourself. That merchandise, you don't need to buy Christmas decorations now. I understand they're 90% off plus a 25% off coupon. Like, if something happened and they do a lockdown, and they say only essential people are allowed to go out, if you can stay home, you might want to stay home. You don't, like, the Christmas tree is not going to feed you. Like, that's not going to be food for your kids. The Christmas decorations are not going to feed your kids. So use that $10, $20 that you could spend buying that thing and get groceries and get essential things. So that's all I'm saying. The other thing, which is really sad news, so I learned about that church in Texas that this just happened yesterday. Let me see if I find the name of the church. So, Winona, Texas. I think I'm pronouncing it right. A pastor was killed and 2 other people were injured in a shooting at an East Texas church Sunday after the pastor confronted a man who was hidden from police in a church overnight, a local sheriff said. According to an update issued by the Smith County Sheriff Larry Smith on Sunday, it all started after deputies responded to a call on Saturday in which someone reported seeing a person displaying a gun through the sunroof of a Volkswagen Jetta. That person has been seen identified by authorities. So this person was hiding from police, and he eventually ended up hiding at a church in Texas. So he was hiding at a church in Texas. And if you guys ever serve at a church, I'm sure a lot of people watching this serve in the church at some point, because we are Christ believers. That's what we do. We love to serve, right? So what do you do when you're serving in the church and it's your time to serve? You get there early, right? That's what I do. I used to do production. I used to work with the kids in my church, where I used to go before, and the church that I currently go now. If just saving on time, I used to get there early. Normally when people are serving, they get a key, right? They can enter the church whatever time they need to. So I remember going there early, going into the auditorium, where the service happens, turning all the lights, turning on the whatever, all the electricals. I used to go and turn it on, walk over here, walk over there, and just completely you get that sense of security. Let's just be honest. You have that sense of security when you're in a church by yourself and you go in there to serve. First of all, you go there because you're so happy that you're serving. I mean, at least that's what most people do. And you're like, okay, I'm here. And if you get there early, so you have the time, right? So you're like, okay, let me go turn. Like, I could walk, like anywhere. Once I was in, I'm like, let me go turn this over here. Let me check the thing. Let me check the projectors. Let me do the other. Let me come back out, go to the bathroom, where I'll get ready. And then you start seeing everybody else coming in like half an hour after or something. So this guy was hiding inside the church. He was running from police. Saturday night, he was hiding inside this Methodist church overnight. The church pastor and the wife going yesterday morning, and they're doing the same routine that we normally do when you're serving, right? Especially the pastor. So he's like doing his normal routine, I bet, right, for Sunday morning before service, and he finds that guy in the bathroom, guys. What a shocker. Oh my gosh. And normally when I will go in, I would just be me, because like I said, you have such a sense of security from it. What a shocker for that pastor to think that the church was empty and to find that guy there. So the pastor pulls out the gun to kind of hold that guy in, he calls for help. So he's calling for help, and at some point, the guy grabbed the gun from the pastor and shot the pastor dead. Wow, that's just so sad. Then another church member, I guess, got to the church, and he got shot by that guy, but he didn't die. But I'm saying that just goes to tell you guys, your life can change in any moment. Anything can happen. That's why you always have to get closer. We gotta check your relationship with Christ every day. Just get ready, because you just never know. Here you're thinking that, oh, I'm going to serve at church, like what can happen to me? Your life can change in any moment. If anything we can learn from this that happened to that pastor. And by the way, when you're praying today, pray for that family. If anything, guys, we should use that as an example and learn that a lot of churches don't have security system. We are definitely living in tough times. And we need to just be aware of what's happening. So let's just be aware of our surrounding. Like, if you gotta go serve at the church, try to go in with somebody else. Ask somebody, normally have 2 people go in, or maybe get together with your church pastor or whatever and try to get security cameras, especially like the ones that alert you, like the Ring cameras and stuff like that, just so that we know, like, when somebody goes in and like who's in here, whatever, things like that, guys. So anyways, that was my other thing that I was gonna tell you guys about today. So let's just pray for them. Thank you guys so much for watching this channel, and I hope everybody's enjoying their rest of the day. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.